Now I want to look at how to solve a simple equation. A what? A simple equation. Now, a simple equation is just like a type of equation that have just one unknown. Has just what? One unknown, and it's just a single equation. For example, something like this: x plus 1 is equals to 3. This is a simple equation. Some people might still define the simple equation as an equation that has just at least one unknown. In most cases, a simple equation is always, this is linear. Simple equation that is linear is always in this form. It has equal to sign. This is why we call it an equation, because it has equal to sign. It's not just any high expression, and it has just at least one unknown. But in most cases, simple equations has just one unknown. In most cases, it's not actually because we have some of this nature. We can have a simple equation of this nature. We have s over 2 plus 3 is equals to 9. This is a simple equation. So you see it. You solve it almost the same way. So what you have to do is just to know how to resolve all these simple equations. So how do we solve this first one now? How do we solve it? Now we have different ways of solving a simple equation. So the method I'll be using now is the method of collecting like terms. Like terms. What do I call it? Like terms. Like terms. Like terms. So method of collecting like terms, that is what I will be using now. And there's another one in which they do trial by error. No, you may not. Yeah, you can also do it. You can also do it. Also do it. In the same time, you check what is. They say s plus 1 is equal to 3. First, say if s is 1, you say what if s is 1? You have 1 plus 1, 2, not 3. If s is 2, 2 plus 2, 3. So s will be 2. That is trial by error method. You can also do balancing method. You balance both sides. For example, now that one is still almost collecting like terms. So let's just look at that collection of like terms. So once you have something like this, you collect like terms. How do you collect like terms? You move the unknown to one side, then you move the other ones to the other side. The ones that are constant. Constant means they don't have any variable or unknown number. The only unknown number here now is this x. Others are known. No 1, we know 3. So the first thing, let's collect like terms. So unknown number will be in this side, which is the left hand side. Then the right hand side, no numbers or a constant will go there. So if a positive sign crosses this equal to sign, it will change to negative. If a negative sign crosses equal to sign, we change to positive. Also take note of that. It's still important. So if this plus 1 crosses this sign now, we change to minus 1. So we're going to have 3, then minus 1. That will give us 3 minus 1 is what? 2. So s is actually equal to what? It's equal to 2. So that's how we roll here. Look at another one. Let's say we have 2x plus 4 is equals to 9. What is x? The first thing, you collect like this, right? We have 2x. Then we have 9. If this plus 4 crosses this side, we change to minus 4. So this will give us 9 minus 4 will give us what? Will give us 5. So the next thing, we're having 2s is equals to what? 5. Now to get this unknown now, what you do, you will divide both sides by the coefficient of the unknown. Now what does it mean of coefficient of the unknown? Coefficient of the unknown means the number standing close to the unknown or attached to the unknown. So if you check this place now, what is attached to that x? X is our unknown number there. Is 2. 2 is the one attached to that s. So we call that one coefficient because it's attached to the s. So that's what we call it in mathematics. So we divide this side by that coefficient, which is 2. Also divide the other side by that same coefficient, which is 2. So these two will cancel this. And okay, let me just write this here. Just write it here. Our x, which is left, will now be equal to 5 over 2, or 2.5, or 2 number 1 over 2 or 2.5. So our S will be equal to that. So let's look at some other examples. Let's say we are having 4x plus 8 is equals to x minus 10. They say we should look for x here. How are we going to do it? This is what we call simple equation. It's not because the equation is simple, no. We call it simple equation because it has actually just mostly has one unknown related to expression with an equal to sign. So let's go. The first I say you collect like terms. Collect what? Like terms. So check any number that don't have sign. If I write 6, there's no sign without 6. In mathematics, it is regarded as a positive number. Take note of that. If I write 20 without any mathematical sign, it is regarded as positive 20. If there is no mathematical sign, it's positive. If it is plus 20, it's also positive. If it is plus 6, it's also positive. But if it is minus 20 and is indicated, it's negative. Take note of that. It's very, very important. So anyone that don't have sign inside this place now, any number that don't have sign there is positive. Take note. So let's go. So this one is positive 4, positive 8, this is positive S, this is negative 10. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyone that don't have sign is positive. Anyone that has sign, we take that sign is having, whether negative or positive. So let's collect like term now. Unknown, stay in this side. Move this S to this other side. We change sign. It was positive equal because we don't have sign. Change to negative S. Now equal to positive 8, move to that side, become negative 8. Okay, let me write the negative 10 first. If I write that, negative 8. The next, 4x minus x. Look at it. Look how it's done. This is 4 of x. Then this one is minus 1 of s. If it is 1, we will not write it. We'll leave it like that. If I have 1y, I will put this one here because it's not needed or it's not ID. I will just write it as y. So anytime you see unknown standing alone without any coefficient, take note of this. It is having a coefficient that is equal to 1, but they will not indicate it. Take note of that. It's very, very important in mathematics as well. So if I have unknown now, let's say theta. This theta has a coefficient that is 1 here, but they will not put it. If it is 1, they will not indicate it. But if it's 2 and above or minus 2 and above, they will put the number there. Take note of that. It's very, very important. So what is actually here now is 1, but they will not put it. If you do 4 minus 1, that is 3. Then S remain. Just pick one of the S. That's how it is done. They have equal to minus 10 minus 8. That means it's like you are owing 10 and you're also owing 8. How much are you not owing? You are owing 10 and you are owing 8 again. You are not owing total of what? Total of 18. Just like you are adding. If it is negative, negative, it's just like you're adding. But the addition will not have a negative answer. Like something like that. So divide this out by 3 because that is the coefficient of this x. So divide it out by 3. So that our x will now be equal to this. We cancel this. Minus 18 divided by 3, that will give us minus 6. Answer. S is actually negative 6. If you want to use trial by error method here now, you may not be able to get the answer easily. But if you use this mathematical method by collection of like terms, you will arrive at the answer in a very short time. So that is why this method is very, very important. Now, the reason why I'm doing this simple equation is because this is the basis of logarithmic and indicial equation. I will also do simultaneous equation in maybe my next class, and I will also try to look at maybe quadratic equation in my next class. So please ensure you take note of this. Okay, let me do just few more examples. Okay, let's look at this. X plus 4 is equal to 3x plus 10. What is x here? Manifesting, collect like terms. This will come to this side. This will move to this other side. So we're going to have x. If this 3x cross the sign, remember I told you if there's no sign, it's positive. So it'll be minus 3x equal to 10 plus 10 and 10 are the same. Then if this plus 4 cross this sign, become minus 4 or negative 4. So we have, remember I told you, if there is no coefficient, the coefficient is 1. Take note. This is 1. So 1 minus 3, it means you have 1 and you borrowed 3. Then you will now be owing 2. That's minus 2. Then x remain is equals to 10 minus 4. That is 6. So the next thing, what is the coefficient of this x? It's not just 2, but negative 2. That is the coefficient. That is the number attached to the s. So we're going to divide this side by that negative 2. Write the other side by the same negative 2. Then we will cancel this. Our x will now be equal to 6 divided by negative 2. We are going to have negative 3. Answer. It's as simple as that. So if you have any question, drop it in my comment, in the comment section. Then I will answer you. Or I will just do a video, another video to review it. Then let's look at the last question. Let's look at this. If 6x plus 9 is equals to x plus 1, s plus 1, what will be x? First thing, collect lighting. Let's go to this side. So I'll move to this other side. So that we will now be having 6x minus x is equals to 1. If this positive 9, because it will become negative 9. Then 6x minus x, that will give us 5x. I hope you can do that now. That will be equal to 1 minus 9. If you have 1, you borrowed 9, then you'll be owing 8. That's minus 8. That's minus 8. So let's see, divide this out by 5. Let's add this out by 5. We cancel this. So s will now be equal to minus 8 over 5. Minus 8 over 5. Then let's go look at this. Let's look at this. Let's look at this. Let's say if 8x minus 9 is equals to 3s plus 1, what will be x? So remember, collect item 8x. This to this side to have minus 3x is equals to, you have plus 1 already here. Then if this one move to this side, become plus 9, because negative will change to plus because this sign is equal to sign. So the next thing, 8s minus 3, that's 8 minus 3, that's 5. That's 8s minus 3s will give us 5x. And now we equal to 1 plus 9, that will be 10. And next, remember, 5 is the coefficient of s divided by 5. Divided by 5. So this will give us, this will cancel this. S will now be equal to 10 divided by 5, that's 2. So simple equation is not that difficult to resolve. You just have to understand what you are doing. So let me quickly look at just one more, please. Sorry. Let's say we have if x over 2 plus 3 is equals to 5. What is x? If x over 2 plus 3 is equals to 5, what is x? So let me look at this now. Look at it. Look how to do it. How to do this one. The first thing, this is the unknown term. Just leave it. Then move the constant to the other side. So that we'll be having x over 2 is now equal to, if plus 3 crosses this side, will become minus 3. That is minus 3. That will be equal to 5 minus 3. That is 2. So we now have x over 2 is equals to 2. Is equals to 2. So if you have something like this, don't go and divide both sides by these 2. That is not a coefficient. That is a divisor of s. That is the one dividing x. So what you do in this place, you will just have to, this one is over 1. Any number standing is always over 1. It's only divided by 1. So what you have to do here, you will just cross multiply this one to this side. Just cross multiply. That's what you do. Just cross multiply. Or you will just look at, or you look at this denominator. You multiply this side by that denominator. Also multiply this side by the same denominator. So that this and this will cancel out. It's also done that way. That's how to do it. Please take note too. It's very, very important. So either way, we give you the same thing. This one will give you 4. S will be equal to 4. So the one they do in secondary school those days, they'll say cross multiply. They just want to multiply. They'll just use this denominator to multiply the numerator of this. Denominator to numerator. If this one is over 1, and this is the numerator. Denominator means the one in the downside. If you have 2, this one is called numerator. This one is called denominator. If you have a fraction, the one in the downside is called denominator. The one in the upper side is called numerator. Take note of that. It's very, very important. So automatically now, okay, let me just remove this as well. Automatically now, x will now be equal to 2 times 2. That is equals to 4. Answer. That is how it's done. Please take note of that. If you have something like this, let's say you have y over 4 is equals to 10. And you now ask you, what is y? Don't go and divide both side by 4. No. You will just multiply this side by this 4. That y will now be equal to 4 times 10. That is 40. That is how it is done. So take note of that. It's still very, very important. So I'll see you in the next class. Maybe we'll be looking at, let's see, simultaneous equation or a quadratic equation. Yeah, thank you.